Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne and I hope you're enjoying the weekend. Today I'm going to show you a video that I showed to the patrons a few weeks ago. We're going to be building the StirlingKit Teching 5-cylinder radial engine. There you go, and if I put this on this camera here you can see exactly what we built. Look at this, the pistons are going up and down here. You can see them going up and down. It's turning the propeller and it's all rechargeable batteries. It can be plugged in at the back there. I've just turned it off so it looks like that. But I'm going to show you exactly what we did and how we built this. Now, the videos you're going to see I have edited down. There are some bits missed out because after one of the Patreon streams ended, I decided to carry on. But when we get to that stage, I'll show you the instructions to show you what I did. So if you want to get this for yourself, I have put all the links in the video description. There's also a discount code you can use. So head over to StirlingKit and you'll be able to get this and build this massively brilliant all metal radial engine for yourself. Anyway, check this out. So as you can see as I open the box here, I mean the precision of packing this, you're not going to get anything damaged. Everything's got its own little compartment there and everything's also got its number, so you can find everything you need in the instructions. It just refers to each part by number, and obviously there's quite a few trays in here. We've got one I've just taken out. Here's the second one here, which has got a lot of cogs and some pistons, piston rods in, some lifters. Looking pretty good. On the other side, just underneath this one, we do have the propeller and all the screws. In the big plastic box, we've got the screws there. Everything you see is metal, including the propeller, so it looks like that. Now, it wants me to put some lubricating oil in this hole here. What it's not telling me is how to actually fit these together. I need number 14. So, in that hole, let's put some oil in on both sides, and it's the smaller hole, typical, that I need to put oil in first, just like that. And then I'm going to be putting the smaller end in here, just like that. The bigger end's coming out the bottom. I'm going to need a pin. That is what the pin looks like, just there. And we're going to put that in here, and I'm guessing it's just a push in. Now there's nothing keeping that in, so we need one of these snap rings. So one in here, push that in as hard as I can get it, and that ain't easy, I'll tell you. Let's get my pliers out to help me get that in. There you go, that's one in. Pick out another one. And we're going to put the other one in this side. But that's almost in. I think we're in. We are in. There we go. That's the first piston in place. That is the crankcase. Check that out. That's big, isn't it? Okay, got the crankcase. We're going to need 059, which is a little washer, a bearing, sorry, washer, look at me. Get that out, and we get one of these bearings out. I'm not sure which one. I'm guessing it's the bigger one. Doesn't actually help me there. And I need piece 40. That's number 40 there. It's a funny, it's definitely metal, different metal to what we're used to. Just looking at this bearing, you see we've got too many bearings in this one. We've got this one, we've got, look, let me show you, we've got that one, and that one. Now it needs to sit all the way in there, I'm guessing, so that needs to go over there. That's probably the one then, isn't it? Let me have a look at that in there. That's better. Right, okay. Because it needs to sit really deep in there. That's what they've got in their sort of magazine here. Then we're going to need bearing 59. They're 59. And I also need part 19, which is on here. And it's this one right there. Let's get that out. Switch the camera back. And let's see how this goes. So this is going to be going on top of what we've just put in there. So that's going on top with a bearing around it. Just like that. That looks right. This isn't held in any way whatsoever. I think it's going to be held in with the linkages that we've done. Installation of the Star 5 driven linkage mechanism, 1 group. Okay, so now they've got the one with the notch in it first. And they're saying that we need to put this through one of these into one of these sprockets here. And they want me to put a pin which is... Oh, other way, sorry, hang on. Like that. And put a pin which is 013 in its place. Let me just try and find that one. These are one of these smaller pins here. And this is just actually pushed in. And I'm trying to get the pin to go all the way in, which it has. The trouble is that there's nothing holding that into place. So that can actually just fall out. Right, we're going to do the rest now. It doesn't matter where the rest go. Just take these pins out. Okay, probably best to stay on the top camera. I'm being very gentle here. Let's put the pin in. And connect that one in. Please. Please. It doesn't... Oh, hang on. That one's in. It's a bit top heavy at the moment. I'm going to have to hold it and do one on the opposite side here. Just to balance it off a little bit. Get a pin in there. Ah, it's going to move. Damn it. Damn it. Right, okay, hang on. There is going to be like a clamp to put over this to keep everything in. That's good. Right, 2 more. So we've got 2 more pins. I'm just reluctant to actually touch anything at the moment. If I put the pin in first, does that help? That might help. And then put it in at its side and then turn it. Like that. Yep, that's 1 more. And then we've got 1 more to put in. Oh, and that one went just perfectly straight in. Okay, they're all in. So once they're all in, I've got a cover 018 to put in and some screws. So let's find the cover 018, which is this. This is the cover here. It's going to go over the top. I'm just trying to figure out how that works. What way does it go? It goes with the flat side facing up. So I don't suppose it matters what way round it goes, as long as it bites into all of this lot. Just like that. And now we're going to be putting some screws in there, which are 61s, which are in here. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe they're Allen key screws, and they did provide the tools for this. So let me just try and find where that is. I'm going to drop a screw in there like that. And as soon as I got one in, which of course it's probably not lined up properly. Oh no, it's bitten. It's bitten. So that should hold in place. Let's put one in the other side. I don't know how tight they're going to be, but they're all in. So these aren't falling out now. So when this turns, I think you get the idea. Let me change camera. How that's going to work inside. Very clever. I like that. Right, on top of this, we're going to be putting another cam, which is cam 35. There we go. 35. Looks like that. We're also going to need a washer, which is 55. Which is, apparently, it's a spring washer. So it's one of these little bad boys here, as you can see, which I've dropped. One of them. Okay, I can do that. And finally, we need screw 61, which is M2 times 6. Was that the one we just used actually? Yep, it's the same one as what we just used. So this is going to follow the little D-shaped pattern we've got in the top there. So I can put that in like that. Put the split washer through the screw like this, and then hopefully get that in there, and with my inadequate Allen key try and get that screwed in. I'm just tightening this up. There you go. So back to that camera. That's what it looks like now. That's what it looks like when I turn it. Actually, if I turn it from the bottom, we've got the makings of a motor turning up there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So this is the motor. Funny enough, this motor I actually ordered for myself. I've actually got one of these. I was going to use it on the time machine, but it's far too small. So we need that. We're going to need part 02, which is a ginormous wheel, which looks like that there. The first one's quite easy. The bearing's going to go in there. Do I put a bearing in both sides? I'm guessing we do. It hasn't asked me to, but I'm guessing we do. Like this. Bearing in both sides. We've got a motor going in to this section just down the bottom here. So that will be going in there, I'm guessing. And it's held in from the other side. Once I've got this in, with 2 of these 60 screws. If I can get one of these in, I'll be a happy man. So once I got to that stage and I put the motor in, the next thing I did is put these gears into place. So it looks like this. We had a gear going on top and a cap, and then we closed that off with the motor that we just built into that plate. So it's looking like this here. Then if I turn the page, we then had a case to go over the top of the motor just to protect that, and then we just created an inner gear system on this ring to go again over the top of what we've just created. So when we join the video again, we're going to have been at this stage here where we've got the gear and the 3 gears inside already in place. And we're onto this camera, and as you can see, we're going to be putting the propeller on first to this section that we had already created. I've already put this oil that comes with it here. Let me just change camera. This oil on all these gears in here, so we're not going to have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, that's far too close. Let me just zoom out a bit. There we go. So I'm going to put that to one side. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep that because I need that. Where can I put the instructions? Let's stick them over here. So the first thing we're going to do is I have got this sort of like collar here, which is going to go down the spindle like that. Everyone's happy. Then we've got this massive top, all metal, which is going on the top like that there. I'm not screwing that in yet. They want me to, but I'm not going to, because we've got to put a bearing on in the middle. That's going to center everything up. I'm sure that bearing's meant to go in there. Stand by. I might take this out again because I'm not happy with that. I'm sure that bearing is meant to go in there. I'm going to gently put that there, because it might mean I might need to stick a little bit of oil just in there to get that bearing in. Try that again. That bearing, I'm sure, is supposed to fit all the way in there. Where's my hammer? There you go. If in doubt, whack it out. There you go. So that bearing, oh look, it wants to fit in, wants to come out straight away now. Typical, isn't it? So that's going to go on like that. Now I think I will put the screws in now, because the other bits don't rely on these. I'm using my electronic screwdriver for this. So let's get these in. There's the first one. Perfect. And we'll put the other 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's 5. Let's do the one at the other side, like putting a rocker head gasket on. Then we've got this little flange to put in, which goes there. Then the propeller in, like that. We've got a top to go on the propeller there, and we've got a screw to screw that all together. So let me get the screw through that bit. Gonna be a little bit tricky. And line that up. There you go. And get that in. Perfect. That's the propeller attached. It's not going to move because obviously the motor's holding all of that in place. So we can put that to one side because we've got the next stage, which is going to get fiddly. So all of this stuff that I laid out of this section just here is what we're going to be working on next. And as you can see, I've got oil everywhere. We're going to be making these little what are they called? The clacky things in cars. I really wish I knew what they're called. Tappits. I don't know what they're called. These things on top. That's what we're going to make. So we're going to do that now. So to do that, we're going to need one of these black things here. We're going to be putting a pin underneath. Let me just see what camera we're on. Let's go on the close-up. Pin underneath like that. On top of that, we've got a split ring to put on. There. And then we've just got a nut to put on the top of that. And tighten that up. Don't know. I've just got to do this by hand. And that's one done. I've got to repeat that 9 more times. What we're going to be doing with these, just so you know, is that we've got this section here. And we're going to have one this side and one the other side. So they're going to sit in just like that. Now we need to make the other 4. So keep them to that one side. I'm just going to bring over the magazine again. And now we're going to be doing the bottom half of that. This has got a load more pieces in, which looks like that there. So let's get on with that. Now that is these things here. So let's go to the close-up camera and see if we can figure this out together. So we're going to have one of these spindles going into one of these things at the side. I don't know what they are. Like that. And then that is going to be pinned to this side here. And it's going to be held in with size 65 screws. Now I've kept the screws in the box because they're all the same screw. So once I get these out, I say that I can't even get one out. Right, there's a few there. There's a spring. We don't need that spring. Oh, come on. Right, so 4 screws to put in each side here. And remember, we've got to do this 5 times because it is a 5-cylinder engine. Oh, this is gonna, I have to do this by hand. Because it hasn't got the poor captain. Try again. It might have. Look, I think I can. I think I can. That's what it's doing. So one of these is going to be on this side. And then we're going to have one on the other side. Okay, so we've done those 2 in there. Then we've got to put in, let me get this right. One of these pins that look like this, that's going to go at the bottom here, all the way through. On top of that, we're going to be putting a spring. Let me use one of the springs that come with it. I've got springs everywhere. And then we've got to put one of these tops on. So put the top on here, and I've got to try and screw that down. There you go. Until it won't screw anymore. And there we go. So we've got that going like that. Perfect. Let's do the second one. Where's my pin? There it is. So pin at the bottom. Very detailed, isn't it? Get that all the way through. Bang. Spring on top. And then the cap on top of that. Once again, screw that down. And then that's done. And then finally, just want to get that as tight as I can. That's 2. We've got this section just here, which is going to go, I believe, just right at the front here into this section. I guess this is where the electrics go. And that's it. So we have made one. I've got to repeat that 4 times now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be attaching these, what we've called rocker things. I don't know. They're going to go, stand by, in this way, kind of. But there's going to be some braces holding these in. So that is going on there, oops, like that. If you can see this on the camera, that's going in there like that. And then we've got these brackets which go over the top to hold that in. So I'll put a screw in there. They will drop back down afterwards because the springs aren't attached yet. But once I've got one of these in, that will keep that in, and I can get the others in. So the way this is going to go is, this is going on top of this thing here. I think I'm going to do both at the same time, and it goes round. They've got it going around this way like that. And then what they want me to do is put loads of this oil here into there, which I will do afterwards. What I am going to do is, I think if I go ahead to that stage now, and I knew that was going to happen. What we need to do is we need to oil up the inside. So I'm going to do one. I just want to check which way this goes. So stand by. So the back of the tappets are going towards the propeller. So these are going to go in this way. They're going to go into this way. Let me go to the main camera. Like this. So the backs of these are facing the propeller. But I am going to need to give this a good oiling up. So I'm going to put one in. Oil that good and proper in here. Very good. Ugh. It's filthy. Absolutely filthy. Right. And then, sorry, the backs are going in there. Slide that into there. So it goes on like that. There you go. And then, stand by. I'm going to zoom this camera out just a touch here. Go back to camera 2. And screw this in. I just need to tighten them up to get them all in. Okay. So that's one in like that. Now what they want us to do is, in these front bits here, we've got some push rods to put in. Now they look like this here, and they're just going to go into the cavities there, so the open end is facing out, just like that. And then we've got the rods, which I'm just getting 2 of them, which again are metal. They look like that. One end's going to go in there, and the other end is going into the top of the rod like that. And then we do the same on the other side. Let's do the top one first, then the bottom one. So they look like that there. And then we're going to repeat that through all the other ones around here. And then once they were all on, we just repeated that all the way around. And then all we did was put the base on. There's a little control board in there. And then we just plugged in the motor, the switch, the charger, and there's also a battery in there as well, just into the control board. And that's it. It's quite an easy build once you know what you do. But it is really impressive. Once again, if I put this on again, you can see exactly how that looks. As a matter of fact, you know, this has got to be the fun now, hasn't it? I love doing that. Anyway, once again, if you want to get one of these for yourself, I have put the link to StirlingKit just down in the video description. You can build that alongside me. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.